Hey, so in this video, we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why your relationship is falling apart. And what I'm going to cover is the common mistakes that I see men making time and time again that just keeps pushing their partner further and further away, that keeps her shut down, keeps that wall up, and ultimately leads to them in their relationship getting a divorce, breaking up the family, you name it. So, no matter how bad things have gotten, just remember there is a chance to save it. Like, no matter how bad your situation is, I guarantee you there's another man out there who has been in that exact same situation and has turned it around. Chances are I've seen that man. And just know that there's always hope if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to make the changes necessary, let go of the things that aren't serving you, and step into being the man that she'll say yes to again. All right. So, what I find with most men, it's not from a lack of desire, it's just a lack of understanding of knowing, like, what do I do? Where do I go? They go on, watch videos like this on YouTube, they go do books and all this, and they just don't know how to implement all this stuff that they're learning. Like, and then they start experimenting, and this is not the time to be experimenting because chances are you've lost grace from her because this has just been an ongoing thing. Chances are it's been going on for years if you're like most men that I talk to. And it's okay because there's no like true training out here. There's no step by step plan. There's nothing we were taught in school, right? And frankly, everybody out there talking about is primarily just making up what they believe works best. Like, there's no golden rule here. There are principles, there are commonalities across it, is why you hear a lot of the same stuff across a lot of different people. Because there are some core principles that work in most cases, but there is no like play by play, like go do this. This is how you do it. It's going to be case by case. It's going to be depending on your situation, depends on your partner, what her stuff is, what your stuff is. Like there's just no. Hey, this is why it helps to have somebody who can be in the trenches with you, support you, be one-on-one coaching, stuff like that. Now, what I'm going to talk about is the top 3 things. So the first one is not taking leadership in the relationship. So she wants you to step up. She wants you to lead. She doesn't want to be the one making all the decisions in the relationship. And it's so common I see men taking leadership in work, kicking ass, doing whatever, like excelling. And then when it's time to get home, maybe they're tired, maybe they're drained, maybe it's just easier to let her go do it. And they start delegating more and more decisions onto their wife or their partner. And what I also see happen is that they just believe she's going to do a better job. She's going to make a better decision, or she's particular and it's just easier for her to make a decision, or whatever. They just put more and more decision making onto their partner. And when you do this, like, she isn't designed to handle decision making like we are. As men, we are good at making decisions because we can focus. We can focus and we can not care about all the other inputs and all the other people who might be affected and just look at the options on hand, make a decision, and be okay. We can compartmentalize. Women can't, or they have a much harder time doing it, I should say. And yes, chances are she can probably make better decisions than you. And that doesn't mean she wants to, right? That doesn't mean that's what she is allows her to open up and feel free and surrender to you and bring all those characteristics that we really look for in our partner. That glow, that excitement, that's just that feminine beauty to it. Like, the more we push her to make decisions, the less we're taking that away, and the more she's going to silently resent us for it. So, taking leadership, and this looks like financial leadership, this looks like making decisions, this looks like spiritual leadership, this looks like emotional leadership, like across the board. Like, we have to step up, and the deeper we stand in the place as leader in our relationship, the more she will surrender and the more she will open up to you if you stand into a strong place. And the stronger your woman, the bigger you have to show up. But you don't have to stay there. Once you get there, she will soften, open up into her feminine, and then you can go into wherever your natural desire is to be. But if you're in a time of conflict, chances are you guys take it to the next level because you just haven't been for a long time. Like you haven't been showing up as a leader. And now's the time you gotta start. All right. The next thing is you have to learn to understand her needs. So in these times of high conflict, chances are she's complaining, she's blaming, and just generally probably making you feel like shit. But know that underneath all of that, she's communicating a need, an unmet need, that if you can stay present, stay calm, keep your nervous system chilled out instead of getting super reactive, you can start hearing that need. And then we can use what we do so great as men, which is fix things. You can use that energy to go meet that need, go solve that problem. And when you do that, then the surface level complaint goes away. It just dissipates because it's not about the complaint. It's not about the content that she's talking about. It's really about the need underneath it. And example is when she's saying you never help out around the house. It's not that you literally don't ever help around the house. Well, maybe for some of you, but generally it's not that you don't literally help out around the house. It's likely there's an unmet need there where maybe she's not feeling supported. She's not feeling like you care, like she's a priority, or things she cares about are important to you. There's probably some unmet need that if you can go address that, first hear it, then go address it, you're not going to hear the surface level complaints about helping around the house, right? That's what she's trying to communicate. She just can't for so many reasons. But if you can learn that language, if you can learn how to hear that, it will make everything so much easier and it will really allow her to feel safe to you. Like feel safe around you, feel safe in your presence, and she'll start opening up more. All this is helping her open up and bringing down that wall. Okay. And the last thing is letting the connection die. So most relationships over time, their connection gets weaker, not stronger. And that's a problem because the weaker the connection, the easier it is for her to leave. The stronger the connection, the more she's going to want to work on it. So you have to take lead and focus on nurturing your connection between her. And if you guys are on the break, like it ending, it's going to be hard because there's probably next to no connection left. So first you need to start with the leadership. Then you need to start with the needs. Then you can get down to connection. This is a progressive order. If things are just in a tumultuous place, then you can work on connection. You can go out on dates. You can learn about each other again. Most men cannot tell me their partner's deepest hopes and dreams. That's a problem, right? This is a person that you're likely wanting to spend the rest of your life with. Of course, you should know these types of things. So, nurture the connection. Be intentional. And those are the three things. And each of these topics are vast. This is like the most basics of the basic of it. I just want you to be aware. But to help you, I'm going to include a reading list that we provide to our clients of books that can go into each of these topics in more depth. And obviously, working with a professional will be the shortcut here. But if you just have a lot of time and you can just go through and read books and you commit to doing that, and you're the type of person who can read books and then implement, that's a great place. Or if you just want to build general awareness, great place. All right. So that's what I have for you in today's video. Talk to you on the next one with love.